Hello and welcome, people of the YouTubes. I'm Shadowhawk 2012 and this is an update video, and I'm using Orion Trail for this one, which is a game which was recently backed on Kickstarter. I would have done a video on this before the Kickstarter, which would have made more sense, but you know what? Yeah, the cruise and everything else, I kind of didn't have the time to get this out in time, so huzzah. Anyway, updatey video type things. I have now had my week off. I am mostly back on UK time. I am more or less sorting things out, and I'm getting a few things recorded in the background. Xenos has ended, and I apologise immensely to everybody for the disaster that was the end of that in terms of me recording it properly. There was something like 2 episodes missing, and another 2 which didn't have audio, and yeah. Is about the appropriate word for that. But it's done now, and at some stage I will revisit another XCOM style game. We shall keep that under wraps for now, and probably that will be closer to the end of the year, I think, when we start that. Probably not for my 6th year of YouTubing, though. I have something else planned for that. Current recording schedule. I finished recording this War of Mine, so that'll be uploaded over the next week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I forget how many episodes it's going to be. And I'm going to be recording Valkyria Chronicles once I'm done with this. So, those 2 projects are going on, and will be alternating daily if I can get that done. I've got enough time to do that. Once both of those projects are going to be finished, and they're going to finish around the same time, I'm going to start a new Let's Play, but I'm going to wait until they're all done, and there might be a bit of a delay before that new one starts, because I'd like to get some additional projects sort of readied and backed up at this stage of the game. There are also other things I'm doing in the background. There's a project for Tarquin, which I've started redoing, which will be a lot of fun when it happens. There's Tarquin FF3, it'll be on his channel at some stage. That's all I will reveal about it, but I am working on it. I don't even think he knows I'm still working on it, but I'm still working on it. Other than that, I have Echo the Dolphin, which I've been recording. I did about 4 or 5 episodes of that before I left. I've got another new project, which is probably what I'm going to start with once the other 2 fade out, because it's a little fun throwback to a game I did a while back. So huzzah, lots of cryptic nonsense, and let's actually start the Orion Trail. So we have 3 missions. Basically, this is a sort of cross between Star Trek, Futurama, Spaceballs, and yeah, that's pretty much go for it. And of course, the original Orion Trail. So basically, we have a starship. We are trying to accomplish a mission on the other side of the galaxy, and we have 3. There's food for the brood, which is a ravenous alien queen beast that demands food. So we get bonus points for as many food as we can get there. There's fuel to be kind, which is the abandoned snake people require large nations of fuel to move their planet further from the sun. So the more fuel we get there, the more successful the mission will be. And ship shape, which is us trying to sell the ship for twice as much as it's worth, as long as we avoid getting damaged. I'm going to go for the fuel one, because either we'll arrive with no fuel, or we won't arrive at all. So, now we pick our captain. These are semi-randomly generated. You get a choice of 3. I've had one of these before, but I think we're going to go with Dusty McBennis as our captain. Old, cheerful, handy, and there are 5 stats, as you can see there. Attack, tactics, diplomacy, science, and bravado, which is basically being James T. Kirk about everything. And we want to be James T. Kirk about everything. Darn tootin'! And now we get to choose our ship, which has, as you can see, sort of set up abilities there. Now, since we're trying to get there with extra fuel, it makes sense to pick one of these 2 ships. This one has more food, and has a science station, has a bit of combat support. I think we might go Scourge for Stars, though, because even though 50 food is not going to get us anywhere, so we're going to need a lot of food events to keep us in check there. But it does have a boost to the bravado stats. We don't need food. So there we go. Now we get to pick our officers. So we've got Lieutenant Click Whistle, who is mostly a science officer thing. I think we're going to go for Sansan Chezra, quick-witted, pure-hearted, and a monkey person. Or we can go for the ship's computer. I think, though, Actually, forget that. I would have taken you because, you know, more bravado. But I'm going to take the ship's computer. Friend computer is on our side behind Dusty McBennis. Beyond that, then we have some Reinhold, some diplomacy, a little additional tactics, or I can go 1-1-1. I think we'll go for Slapdash 3000. Yep, Dusty McBennis in charge of a team of robots, seemingly there. Commander Constance Allure, which, yeah, will give us 2 more bravado. That would make us more balanced. I'm not sure that's necessarily a good thing, though. So I'm going to go for the angry, blunt, and dependable Lieutenant Corfus Jar. And we're off. We must finish with extra fuel if we can. So, as you can see, our food stat is starting to go down there. Hello, Dave. The ship's artificial computer informs you that this achieves true artificial intelligence, explains that it has learned all it can from the ship, and requests your permission to leave, taking one of the ship's shuttles with it. This gives us a few options here. You can sort of see we'll lose something, but we'll gain something. If that's nice, wipe the memory drives. Which, yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. Now, it's a D20 roll with a boost depending on how many points we've got in it. Pointing the weapon at the mainframe, we get a +8 to whatever our dice roll is, but we will definitely lose some hull. We're going to point the weapon at the mainframe. You threaten the ship with a cold glint in your eye. If an AI can learn to love, it can learn to be afraid. We've got a 17. The AI isn't sure if you're serious or not, but decides to call your bluff. It uploads itself to a shuttle and attempts to flee. We lose 3 science and 1 hull. So now we have a science stat of 2, which is just the ship's computer and Dusty McBennis. Okay. Sensors up ahead detect a highly advanced alien science vessel up ahead. They seem to be conducting invasive and elaborate scans of your ship. You take notes, change your password, and prepare for some action. We are going to need some fuel, so we're going to throw a party and invite them. And we get a 22. Start crafting a wicked party playlist as your invitation is sent. Party time! You play games and sing songs for hours and nights. You learn a lot about their strange culture. You also find out that the aliens self-nourish through osmosis, which means you have a lot of leftovers. The lab clears its schedule to synthesize a hangover cure. We gain 1 point of diplomacy, we lose 2 points of science, which isn't a problem for us anyway, because we have no science stat. As our bravado saves today, and we have a little more food, which will get us a bit further down the line. The game's not complete yet. They are planning sort of away missions and also sort of mini hunting mission away missions, I think. Okay, Cosmic Storm. It's scored by an endlessly churning cosmic storm. Green light pulses and flashes from within the thick, vibrant clouds. How will you proceed? Request use of nearby wormhole bypass, which we could do. We can trigger an EMP to nullify the storm, which will give us something. Or we can try and coat the ship in highly conductive nutripaste, which would cost us food, which we can't afford to really cost. So I'm going to go for EMP. That didn't necessarily work. I think 20 is generally speaking a pass stat. Non-new weapons officer who anticipated your order and went ahead and primed the EMP cannon. Impressive cluster of implosions erupt throughout the storm. Okay, that was successful. We gained 200 fuel. Excellent. We're not going to run out of fuel, I'll give you that. Losing about 15 every moment or two. Galactic War Zone. Okay. In this battle between the Tazashans, chili powder people, and the Oculoids, a minor eyeball squid federation, rages across the nebula. We can try to negotiate a ceasefire, which will give us more food if we're successful. We can pass behind Takoshan lines, which will get us more fuel, or we can ignite the nebula gases, which gives us something. I'm going to try and negotiate a ceasefire, because we want more food. We really failed to negotiate a ceasefire. Nerds! You decide you have no way to translate. You decide to wing it. You can handle this. Turns out you couldn't handle it. A fight breaks out and your ship is damaged. In the end, the goopy layer of spicy squid porridge is all the remains of the once proud leaders. Well, so much for negotiating a ceasefire. But we gained a little food out of that. Unfortunately, our ship is now basically trashed. I need to get that repaired. Planetary realignments. The deadly space pirate, Planetary, has escaped prison, and we're going to lose something regardless of what we do here. Let him come, we'll fill his ship full of holes. That's probably going to get us killed. But it's the best option. Fill his ship full of holes! Botch. Yep, With new weapons and more powerful engines, flagship ship coming to view, you give command to close them at full speed. Powerful engines draw into life, and tear themselves free of the moorings, leaving you adrift. One last shudder, your ship explodes! It'd be a pretty spectacular light show if you weren't on board. Boom. Well, we failed. Let's try another one. Just gonna have another quick go at this because, you know, they're continuing mission. We're going to play again. Cruise control. That's a different one, actually. That means we have to acquire as many crew members as possible. So yeah, there's about 4, which are all dependent on one of the things there. We're going to go with cruise control. We're going to go with the test... No, actually, no. Jean-Luc Jalbert. Or we can go with... That too. And we're going to go with the Quantum Goliath, because why not? Actually, no, the Prang Mothership can have more... No, we're going to go with the Prang Mothership. The ship's computer definitely seems like someone that we could do with. Either way, it's 1, 1, and 1. But I think we're going to stick with the 3 stats we've actually got. And... You're not really that helpful to us, but I'm going to go with you. And finally... Lieutenant Commander Dreyer. So yeah, we have a lot of firepower. We're going to basically try and solve things by blasting them. We're also using up a lot more food because we have a full set of people. Okay. We're called to handle crew drama. Apparently, Ted and Alexis have been fighting. Dakota found out and made her move. Now Alexis is a mess and Tad threatened the transport engineer Skylar. We, of course, being the weird alien blob monster, will make a move on Skylar. This does not work. Make up some flimsy excuse to be beans somewhere just to visit Skylar. Okay, this is true bliss. We're getting 2 bravado for that. That worked on a 9. That's how you solve problems. The lonely asteroid. Okay, we can try and exploit it for raw materials. We can attempt to communicate with the asteroid, or we can take no chances and charge up the weapons. We're going to exploit it for raw materials. God darn you, random dice generator. We gain a science point, but we lose a hull point. We have a few of those, though. We are, though, at half food again. Yep. Beep, 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 beep. We need some food rather urgently, or we will lose. Mysterious illness. We're going to put them in the airlock. Just not rolling well. Huzzah, though! Just as the crew starts to transform into tentacle beasts, just as they reach the airlocks, fortunately, security is more than equipped to handle the situation. After battle, the order remains disposed of. Incidentally, there are now 3 tacos in the mess hall. Huzzah! Got a bit more food. Oh, we get this is not going to go well. Yeah, we're already now at the warning level of food again. Come on, event for food. Okay, we're in a galactic war zone. We can collect scrap for electromagnet. We can assault the failing oculoid lines. Or we can ignite the nebula gases! Done, you random judge generator. We lose a lot of fuel and we lose... Oh, darn it, we're adrift. We failed our mission. Darn it. Darn it all. Still, we had a lot of crew on board just before we, everybody starved to death, and we can probably last a long time on that many crew members. Possibly. Well, either way, I say nothing went wrong, of course. The ship's computer survived both missions, except the one where we blew up, I guess. So, this is the Orion Trail, and I'll definitely review this when the full game is done. So, until then.